panel. Welcome back. Well, we have just a few minutes left to go, so I want to come back to my panel real quick. And Professor Ogunyemi, let me just get your comments. You wanted to address a few things.
Yes. One, to say that, but for us, public universities in Nigeria will have collapsed, just like we have primary and secondary. And secondly, education is an ideological issue. You talked about primary and secondary, basic education. It was reported that over 500 billion were there with UBEC, which were not assessed. Why? Because state governors do not see education as priority. The same thing federal government does not see education as priority. So we believe that what ASU is doing actually is to salvage this country. And if we allow public universities to go the way of public primary and secondary, then we'll be worse for it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me come to Dr. Melafia. And we want to look at alternative sources of funding. Can you quickly give us how we can source funding beyond government?
Well, first of all, I think that the universities are looking for autonomy. They should also be very creative, look at internally generated revenue. And let's be very, very frank with ourselves. 40,000 naira as the average for academic fees for the year is totally unrealistic. It needs to be revised. Of course, I know that will not make me popular with NANS, but we need to look at that. In addition, we should also...
But doctor, that's not going to fund it.
Sorry?
It's not going to be enough.
What? What will not be enough?
40,000 naira.
Definitely, that's what I'm saying. It needs to be revised. It's not realistic. So we need the universities themselves to discuss and find out a minimum fee structure that will at least come near cost recovery so that they can use this money to do research, to build infrastructure. Secondly, TED Fund gets over $1 trillion per year, okay? And I'm not sure that all these monies, a lot of the money I hear goes to people they are supposed to go for conferences abroad, even go for courses abroad. They don't.
So we have to have TED Fund
use more
intervene and use more of that.
And then
okay, let me take a quick comment from the gentleman at the front here.
Thank you, Stanley. My name is Dr. Omeje from University of Abuja. I just wish to contribute by saying, first of all, we ought to have looked at our budget indexes. What is the budget of education in Nigeria? And we are talking, how can a nation develop without educating the masses? And if you want the masses to be educated, then you don't have to make education far away from them. The capitalistic and the holistic nature of this country is driving the policy in such a way that education at the tertiary institution will be killed just the way they have killed public primary and post-primary school.
All right.
All of us here.
Let me take another comment, though, from you, the gentleman.
Okay, my name is Kenneth Amish. I'm Professor of Business and Sustainable Development at the University of Edinburgh in the UK. To a large extent, I sympathize with the president of ASU. They're fighting a good cause. The problem when we define education as right is where does it end and where does it stop? So in some countries, like, say, even in the UK, in England, education is free up to secondary school level. If you go to a university, you pay for it, £9,000 now. In Scotland, it's up to university education. So it's a conversation that the Nigerian government and ASU, we need to come to, as also Obi has said, about the structure. And the other thing I want to say quickly is the polarization between the private and public is not helpful. Instead of going for the problem of or, I'll go for the solution, which will be in the and, in the sense that public and private can coexist. And there are fantastic public universities in Europe. There are also fantastic private universities in the US. There are different models, and Nigeria, we need to come to a point to decide how to make these two coexist peacefully.
All right. Thank you very much. I just want to quickly say that the conversation continues. That is on the social media handles. You can go to Channels TV, at Channels TV, and also at Kadria Ahmed. You can use the hashtag NGTheCore, and also on Facebook at Channels Forum. Well, we have come to the end of the program. I just want to say a quick thank you. Thank you to Dr. May Lafia. Thank you to Dr. Ezekwesili, and also to Professor Ogunyemi and Dr. Fabian. It's been very interesting talking to all of you. I would like to say thank you to our studio audience who took the time to come here and participate in this, and to you at home. Thank you very much for joining us, and join us again for the next edition of The Core, which comes up on the 4th of October. So, on behalf of Channels Television, Daria Media, and Kadria Ahmed, I am Stanley Bentu, and I am wishing you a good evening.